On the night of February 19, 1994, at Riverside General Hospital in California, a woman was rushed into the emergency room, barely conscious and gasping for air. Her name was Gloria Ramirez, a 31-year-old mother of two, battling the final stages of cervical cancer. But what should have been a desperate yet routine fight to save a dying woman's life soon spiraled into one of the most bizarre medical mysteries ever recorded. The woman who made people collapse. As the ER team surrounded Ramirez, trying to stabilize her, they quickly noticed something off. Her skin appeared oily, and an odd garlic-like, fruity odor emanated from her body. When a nurse drew blood from Ramirez's arm, things took an even more disturbing turn. Inside the syringe, her blood was filled with strange, manila-colored particles, and an inexplicable ammonia-like smell spread through the room. Suddenly, one by one, the medical staff began collapsing. Dr. Humberto Ochoa, the attending physician, watched in horror as his colleagues, nurses, respiratory therapists, even seasoned ER doctors, dropped to the floor, struggling to breathe. Nurse Susan Kane, who had drawn the blood, was the first to faint, her body convulsing. Dr. Julie Gorczynski, one of the ER's most experienced doctors, felt dizzy and nauseous before she, too, collapsed. Panic spread through the ER. Something inside Gloria Ramirez was poisoning the very people trying to save her. The evacuation and the death of Gloria Ramirez. As staff members dropped like dominoes, hospital administrators made a radical decision: they evacuated the ER. Ramirez's lifeless body remained inside while a skeleton crew, wearing full protective gear, stayed behind in a desperate attempt to keep her alive. But it was no use. After 45 minutes of failed resuscitation, Gloria Ramirez was pronounced dead at 8:50 p.m. Yet the nightmare wasn't over. The investigation: what happened inside Gloria Ramirez? In total, 23 ER workers fell ill, with 5 requiring hospitalization. Dr. Gorczynski was hit the worst. She spent 2 weeks in intensive care, suffering from apnea, hepatitis, and necrosis in her bones. The question was, why? Investigators launched an exhaustive search for answers. Was it a case of mass hysteria? A deadly gas leak? Or something much more sinister? Theories: a toxic body or a medical cover-up? Mass hysteria. Some toxicologists argued that the panic of the ER staff triggered psychosomatic symptoms, meaning their own fear made them faint. But this didn't explain the physical damage suffered by Dr. Gorczynski and others. Toxic blood theory. A more chilling explanation soon surfaced. Ramirez may have been carrying a lethal chemical cocktail inside her body. Tests revealed she had dimethyl sulfone in her system, a compound that can form from dimethyl sulfoxide, DMSO, a gel-like solvent that was once used as a home remedy for pain relief. Here's where it gets eerie: if Ramirez had applied DMSO to her skin, a known practice, it might have built up in her system due to kidney failure. When paramedics gave her oxygen, a chemical reaction could have transformed DMSO into dimethyl sulfate, a highly toxic gas known to cause symptoms just like those experienced by the ER staff. But if true, this would be one of the strangest chemical reactions to ever occur inside a human body. Unanswered questions and the legend of the toxic lady. Even today, no definitive answer exists. Was Gloria Ramirez a walking toxic time bomb, or did the hospital cover up a more insidious exposure to chemicals? Her body was buried in an unmarked grave, and the case remains one of the most unsettling unsolved medical mysteries in history. To this day, she is remembered by a haunting nickname: the Toxic Lady.